Hey guys, welcome to the session today. So let's start our lecture today, and we are going to discuss very special topic, that is a wireless system, right? And how this wireless is going to be play a very vital role in the networking domain, and what are the key components we just have to understand in the wireless networking, and how this wireless concept is going to be used on your day-to-day life, and how basically you understand whether your communication is going to happen with the wireless or the wire, and different way to just do the troubleshooting configuration and understand the how the architecture is going to be look like. So let's start. So you can see the topic itself saying that describe the Cisco wireless architecture and the AP modes. So that means we are just targeting the one of the vendor, that is Cisco. Similarly, other vendors also having the wireless solution. In market, we know that Aruba, right? It's another vendor. We having the Meraki. It's again a Cisco, like the another company that has been acquired by the Cisco. And Cisco is also wireless solution, and many more companies are having the wireless solution. So what basically wireless is going to do in terms of the networking, and how basically this wireless is going to play a very vital role in the networking. So first we have to understand what is the wired and what is the wireless. So if I talk about the wired, so all communication, let's suppose you have one of the PC, and this PC needs to communicate to another PC, right? This is a PCA and this is the PCB. How the communication is going to happen? Let's suppose you have the one of the file. This is your file, and this file can be your Excel file, or this could be your any PPT or any doc, MS Word. This all file. You have to exchange this all file from this computer to this computer. So what is the way to can you can just do the transfer? So there are the multiple use cases going to happen. Might be you are using the internet, then that is going to be different use case. But if you are not using the internet, but still you want to do the transfer the file, so how it is possible? It is possible. You just have to assign the IP address on this network, or means this PC, and one IP is going to require on this PC. And these PC NIC card, basically on the PC or laptop having a NIC card, they need to connect with the RJ45 cable, right? This is the physical cable. So you having one of the cable, and this cable is going to help to carry the traffic or carry the data from one PC to another PC, and this is known as a wired communication. Means you basically exchanging the data from one device to another device through the cables, right? But is it possible we can do this communication over the air, means without the cable? Is it possible? The answer is yes, absolutely it's a possible. There is a method, even I'm not going to use this cable and I want to transfer the data, I want to share this file, it is possible. But you just have to use some another device who is capable to give the some sort of the communication media, like cable is giving the communication media. Cable is actually acting as a bridge where you just transferring your data, and by using those bridge from one PC can able to send data to another PC. Another PC is going to reply back again to the same PC, because they are having a bridge, some kind of the connectivity there. So if this connectivity is through the wire and I want to send over the wireless, means through the air, this is also possible. So when you have a requirement where these two PC not required any kind of the cable in between them, but still they need to transfer the file over the air, that is known as the wireless. Means wireless means there is no wire. It's the everything is going to be communicated over the wire. Means the wireless means the over the air, and this is the key concept of the wireless. I hope you guys understand it. So my communication is going to happen with the air. So how this is going to be happen? So I'm just going to give the very live use case. Probably everyone have to daily basis going to be used, because we are in the modern area where internet is doing the revolution in the country across the globes and everyone is using the internet right now. So probably you have seen your home, right? In your home, you having one of the laptop, right? Just forget about it. PC. This is another laptop. If you wanted to send any email, like by Gmail, you can easily able to send that email from this computer to this computer, but there is no cable connectivity, right? So how it is possible? How this is receiving the communication from one PC to another PC, right? Let's we have to understand. Means we are in the home, and in home there is no cable connected in these two laptop, but still they can send email from this to this PC. So how it is possible? Because internet required some your third party, like we having the Airtel, we having the Geo, we having some kind of the local ISP, any fiber broadband, you can say broadband provider. They install one of the router at your home, right? So they install one of the router, and that router is known as the wireless router. So this is the router, and this is known as the Wi-Fi router. This is known as the broadband router, right? So this is the Wi-Fi router, and this is also known as the broadband router. So let me write it here. The cable is coming from the ISP. This is your any ISP. Let's suppose this is the Airtel. You are in the India, so it's Airtel ISP. The cable is going to connect it to the this router. This is the router where you need to provide the power. So you have to plug the cables, and these cables are going to connect to the router, which keep giving the power. So this is the power supply. So router is on, they are getting power. You connected this cable. This cable is known as the WAN because it's connecting to the ISP side. Sorry. So this is actually connecting to the ISP side. So basically this is known as the WAN. So let me try it here. So this is known as the WAN, and this cable is getting connected to the router. Now your internet provider has extended their connectivity till your home via the fiber cable. Again, there is a cable. So this is a fiber cable. There could be the air media also for the ISP side also. Yes, we have the solution that is known as the microwave solutions. I'll going to discuss in the separate scenario, right? But you just think about your ISP has just terminated the cable on your router. Now from the router, you can connect the cable from your router to your PC. So these can basically get the internet connectivity. So you can easily talk to the google.com, you can easily talk to the Facebook, even you can send the email, they are going to receive that. But let's say suppose if you're having the 15 of devices in your house, because you having the mobile, you having the MacBook, you having the laptops, you having a smart TV, how the all cable is going to be connected? Do you guys think it's a feasible? In modern era, it's not feasible. Even mobile, you don't have any cable connectivity. You cannot connect cable from the router to your mobile. So how your mobile is going to get the internet, right? So another like problem you have, let's suppose this is my mobile phone. So how this phone is going to get the internet connection if we cannot connect the cable from the router? So based on the requirement, this cable is not adequate to just provide the communication in the modern networking environment. So what is the way around? So the way around is we have to just use the wireless concept. Means your signal is going to be radiated. You means this router having some kind of the antenna, might we have seen that, and this antenna, this is known as the antennas. These antenna continuously going to radiate the signal in air within your home. They having some limited coverage area, so these signals keep spreading, right? So your device having some short of the capabilities, your device having some sort of the capabilities, that capability is basically going to be captured via the NIC card, that is a network interface card, which support the wired and wireless both. So this PC also having a NIC card, means not PC, the mobile also having a NIC card, this also having the NIC card. So these NIC cards are going to be wireless and wired both. If you connect the wired in the PC, they are going to be support PC and laptop and wireless also. But in phone, they always having the wireless only. So these network interface card, which are the wireless, they capable to capture these signals and understand it, right? So based on that, your PC will get the internet connectivity. Once you turn on your Wi-Fi, like you can see, this is my Wi-Fi. There is no cable connected. So once I turn on my Wi-Fi, I'll start getting the internet connection. You can see a lot of internet providers are, means not internet providers. Actually, a lot of my neighbors are basically extending their Wi-Fi. So you can see, I can connect any of them and I can basically get the internet connectivity. So in long story short, if you need the wireless connection, you have to deploy some media, which is your router, that is a wireless router, who is responsible, it's acting as a broker, that is going to spread the signals. The device which are going to receive the signals, they should be enough capable. How they are going to be enough capable? You just have to integrate the NIC card, that is network interface card, that is going to be integrate with the laptops, mobile phones during the manufacturing process, so that they can receive the signals, and after receiving those signals, they having the internet connections, and now they can start opening the google.com, yahoo.com, facebook.com, instagram, whatever they want to, youtube. So if this PC having any kind of the Gmail, right, and this PC also having a Gmail and he drafting any email, so that is going to be exchanged through the internet and it is going to read through this PC over the airs. Similarly, this is going to be happen. So this is how the air communication is going to be happen for the any internet communication, right? But let's assume that even I have the router, right? I have the router, but I don't have any kind of the WAN connection. Means ISP terminated the router, or I purchased the router. This router, I just turn on the power. I just provide the power supply here. Power is there, and still this is going to act as a media for me, because still they are going to advertise the LAN IPs. Means they are going to broadcast the communication between the LAN network, because this is the LAN, it's a wireless WLAN, we call it WLAN, wireless LAN, and this is the WAN which is connected to ISP. So my ISP is right now not available, so I cannot access the internet. That's fair. Means if I want to go Google, Yahoo, Facebook, that's required the WAN, and we require the ISP connection, but right now don't have. So I cannot communicate to the internet, but still this PC can send some kind of the files. What files? Excel file, PPT, or might be doc file. How? Over the LAN only. Means limited to the LAN. If this PC want to receive, he can send, he can receive. They have to just they have to be the same network, right? Or might be in different network. So we just have to do the LAN routing if we have an enterprise network, but in this broadband scenario, it is not going to be required. So this is how it is going to exchange the files. Excel means local, any photographs, whatever you have in the local computer, you can just send from the one computer to another computer. So this is the basic fundamental of the wireless. Means any communication which is going to start having over the air, that is known as the wireless. So we just have to understand, you can see here, unidirectional versus bidirectional communication. Means one of the transmitter, one of the receiver, one of the transmitter, one of the receiver. So unidirectional means one device is sending, one device is receiving. So that means I'm speaking and everyone is listening. Nobody is allowed to speak. That is a unidirectional communication, right? Bidirectional means I'm speaking, you listening, but you can also speak, I can listen to you. Means both way communication is going to be happen. Similarly, if I have some kind of the routers, some kind of the wireless devices, so they can send the signals they can receive the signals, they can send the signals, they can receive the signals. So both way communication is going to be happen, and both way things are going to be communicated, right? So this is my wireless media. So let's move it. Now you can see here we have the multiple devices. They're connected through the wired, through the wireless, but now we are just simultaneously, right? We just have doing the transmission just to just showcase how it is going to be happen, and this all are going to be connected and communicated, right? Okay, so after that, what next we have to understand? So after that we have to understand some kind of the like terminology which wireless system is going to be required. So we have something known as the basic service set. So what is the basic service set and why this is very important? So you have to understand this also. This is one of the standard 802.11 which is basically known as BSSID, and we having also one of the name is the SSIDs. So what is the SSID and what is the BSSID? Both we just have to understand, right? So in nutshell, if you want to understand SSID versus BSSID, so the thing basically you see here means what is the SSID, you just have to understand. So anything you are seeing here, these all are basically known as the SSID, means this all are the SSID. Any Wi-Fi name which basically you keep seeing in your laptop to just connect the any Wi-Fi network, that is known as the SSID. So SSID is basically, it's known as SSID is known as like service set identifier, service set identifier, right? So this very important for us, and likewise we having the BSSID, that is also very important for us. So basic service set, BSS is the basic service set, and service set identifier is like that is known as the SSID. So when you join the wireless network from any Wi-Fi enabled devices, that is going to play a very important role. Okay. So basically SSID and BSSID, right? So as we understand, right, SSID is something which is always going to be displayed when you're going to connect the any wireless device. Means wireless device means any wireless router you want to connect. So this is going to be required. So in layman, if you want to understand what is the SSID, so when you join a wireless network from any Wi-Fi enabled mobile device, if I'm referring mobile device, it doesn't look like it's just mobile device. It could be the laptop, even your computer having the wireless NIC, that also considered as a mobile device that can be like connect any kind of the wireless system. So you have to connect by choosing the various options which is available from SSID range, which is going to be advertised by your SSID router. So SSID is something which is known as a service set identifier or SSID. This service set identifier is always going to unique nearby to you, and those unique number or name you have to click and you have to just put your password, and that is going to be connect to your device. So right now you can see this is my computer, it's connected on this SSID. So even I want to connect this, I can connect this, but I need a password. These are the password protected SSID. And similarly we have something known as the BSSID, right? So BSSID is nothing, right? Basically it's another way that is known as the base station service set, basic services identifier, right? So basically what does means, right? Basic services identifier, so it's just going to contain the Wi-Fi device MAC address. So BSSID is nothing, it's just broadcasting the MAC address of the any Wi-Fi routers. So in the wireless system, SSID is something where you have to connect, and BSSID is something where you have to get the MAC address of the device. So this is the physical address. MAC address is physical. So if I want to see the what is the MAC address for this device, you just have to go in the CMD and you run the command IP config/all. So you will see that I have the wireless adapter as well. If I'm going there, this is the Ethernet adapter, this is the wireless adapter. So you can see there is a MAC address, physical address. So a BSSID is basically the MAC physical address of the wireless router. So this is my computer physical address. Similarly, wireless router to which I just connected, that is, it will try to log in. So probably I can show you. So if I'm going to log in this, so you can see this is the WLAN setting. So in the WLAN setting, if I'm going to find where is my SSIDs, let me see LAN. So here you can see these are the WLAN. So on this WLAN, you can see these are the networks, and these are the SSID. So you can see this is the one SSID which 2.4 gigahertz. This is another SSID. So this is the MAC address. You can see. So this SSID or wireless device MAC address, this is known as the BSSID. Basically, the BSSID is basically the basic services identifier, is the MAC address of the wireless router or the access point. So what is the key difference between the SSID and the BSSID? So the key difference between the SSID and the BSSID is like, it is something, or sometimes it's easy to like very confused between these basic service set identifier or the service set identifier. So how basically we can going to make it easy to understand? So SSID, which is basically name of your network or Wi-Fi name, which you need to connect via the password between your device, that is a client, mobile or PC, and to the any wireless device, which is your access point or might be the wireless router, correct? And BSSID, that is the basic service identifier, is another component that just a layer 2 MAC address of any of your network device, means wireless network device. That could be the access point or that could be the wireless router. So I hope this is going to be give the clear understanding about the SSID and the BSSID, right? So let's move to the further, and we just have to understand something new. So this is something, and this is the standard that we just have to understand. So you can see this is the traffic from the BSS my network. This is the different BSSID, that means the router MAC address, which is just broadcasting it, and we just have to connect the multiple devices within the network, and all devices can connect on the same SSID, and the device which is broadcasting that network, that having the single BSSID, right? So now you can see supporting multiple SSID on one AP. So if I have the multiple AP, that is going to be if I have the multiple SSID on the single AP, so SSID means I have the single router, which is the Wi-Fi router, or might be the AP is the access point. These are broadcasting multiple networks. Like you can have the network ABC, you can have the XYZ, you having the DEF, or might be another 1 2 3. They're the 4 networks, right? I'm just broadcasting via the one router. So let me show you a very good example. So right now you can see here, this is the one router, just single router, but you can see this is the one SSID, this is the second SSID, this is the third SSID, this is the fourth SSID, this is the fifth SSID, this is the sixth SSID. Total 6 SSID I have created, even the 7 and 8, but these are not in use. But 6 SSIDs are in use. You can see they are different name. So if I have the multiple SSID, so might be the same router is broadcasting the multiple SSID. So multiple devices can connect on the different SSID. Likewise, This device can connect to my network, your network, guest network. So all networks having means the SSID having a different kind of MAC address. So BSSID is going to be totally different. That is MAC address. You can see every SSID having the different BSSID. That is a MAC address. So this is what this slide is just trying to explain. Okay, so BSSID and SSID, I hope you understand. And similarly, you can see if we have to extend this network, like I have some SSID from one location and I want to just exchange that same SSID to another location. Likewise, just think in this way. I'm in the office and these are the floors. I have one floor. I have, this is the floor number 10, this is the 9, this is the 8. So I have the SSID on this floor that is known as the corporate. I want the same SSID should be there. Same SSID should be there, but they are the physically totally three different floors. So how this is going to be possible? Even we can do via the switch. So basically same SSID is going to be broadcasted through the LAN network from one floor to another floor. It is possible, and you can just have the another BSSID for the both locations, because we have to use the different MAC address of the different AP which is going to be used and served in the different floors. But yes, it is possible we can just extend that. How it is going to be extended, I'll explain that. But yes, it is absolutely possible we can extend this from the different floor. So now you can see this is the like different computers. They can talk to the independent basic service set identifier, means IBSS means there is like private kind of the service set which only 2 or 3 devices can be communicate. This is also possible, and you can just extend the range as well by using the repeaters we have. Means if your home having the less signals and you want to extend, so let's suppose you having a Wi-Fi in your home and that Wi-Fi having a very limited signals. Let me explain in this way. So this is my total range, and my Wi-Fi router is just placed in this location. This is my Wi-Fi router. So probably I'm getting very good signals till this area. I'm getting very good signal, right? Sorry, but very poor signal here, right? So how it is going to be happen? So you might be have seen that Wi-Fi extender. If you go and find that on the internet, you'll find a lot of vendors are selling Wi-Fi extender that is acting as a repeater. So those are going to see, these are the Wi-Fi extender, TP-Link, Netgear, TP-Link, Wi-Fi range extender. So these are going to basically extend your signal, boost your signal, so that the area which having the very low signal, they also can get the signals. So that is also possible. Just you have to place the right device and you have to connect. That is going to act as a repeater, and that is going to help to boost your signal, right? So moving next, we having the like a lot of use cases where you just have to connect the devices, you just have to connect the devices, and then you just have to get the communication. Now we having the another use case also. Let us suppose I have two buildings and both building having a distance 5 kilometer, or might be 3 kilometers or 1 kilometer. It is not possible you can underline the cables from one building to another building, but still you want to send the signals from one building to another building, means your LAN signals. How it is possible? So you just have to create the bridge, and you have to make the bridge network where the bridge is going to be exchange the signals from one building to another building. That's a bridge responsibility. So basically bridge is something where you having the two locations. By using the two location, this is the mode of the one of the wireless system. We'll discuss about the multiple mode type of the deployment. So one of the mode of the deployment, the WLAN, is the bridge mode, where you can bridge the two location which are physically or geographically they are going to be like two, like having the far distance. But still, if the LAN at the two location need to be bridged at point to point bridge link can be used. That is again, this is a Wi-Fi range extender, you can think about it, but this is not actually going to extender. It's just going to bridging the signals over the air. So one AP is configured as a bridge mode and needed to each end as a wireless link. That's it. So we'll see what is the bridge mode deployment. But yes, this is the one way where you can just deploy the AP in bridge mode and you can just extend the signal from one building to another building. Okay, so I hope you get this point. And moving forward, we have something which is known as the point to multi-point, where again bridge mode is going to be coming in picture. Means multiple building you have to connect wirelessly. So you just have to use the antenna which is going to radiate the signals. Another side antenna is going to receive those signals. Multiple building is going to be connected. So those option is also available where we can just deploy the wireless mode. And typically how the wireless mode is going to be look like. So let me cover this all option in the next video so we can have the clear visibility about it. Okay, so we'll cover this in the next session. Thank you so much.